Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Tony's Movie Reviews. So today I'm going to talk about the movie Kalel 15. Now, it's an impressive local movie, independent movie I saw earlier this year um, in Cinema Centenario. I'm talking about the movie because in another separate video I talked about Elijah Canlas in his new BL series Game Boys. There he looks very decent. He looks very um, bourgeois. But in Kalel 15, he's Kalel and he's going through hell. And the movie, for me, it's one of the best films I've seen this year. Although the movie was from last year, I saw it earlier this year. Um, because it's well written, it's messy, it really shows. It was very realistic, no? We have these characters who have to fight for their lives because a lot of people who are supposed to help them um, are not helping them, and poor Kalel has to find ways to support himself. And well, the movie is about HIV/AIDS, and I think um, I like how the director is showing the disease as it is, no? Um, how society shuns people like Kael, um, and how he gets there. You know, the journey, how his life kind of falls apart when he gets HIV/AIDS. Um, there are so many shock factors in this movie. No? There's so many shocking things that happen in this movie, and it's fantastic that the casting is great. You know, the late great Eddie Garcia is in this movie, and he plays a very critical role. Uh, in a way, he represents the Catholic Church and all its hypocrisies. Um, your stomach will actually churn in some of the scenes in this movie, because not only because Eddie Garcia is such a great actor, but his character here is so despicable. He's like the true Pharisees. He's like a true hypocrite. He's the Pharisees Jesus is talking about in the Bible. No? It's depicted here in this movie. Then of course there's the great Jacqueline Jose. No? She's the mother of these kids, the worthless mother. The mother is only after her own happiness. But I do get that because I've met women, mothers, who prioritize their happiness over their kids. So there are women who are like that, who run after men because they need that, and they forget that they have kids. So when I saw that scene when she has to leave, I said, "Oh, my other friends said thought that it was not realistic, but I know several women who are like that. You know, who can easily give up their children for a man. You know, it sounds very selfish, but that's what it is. No, her character needs that love from a man." And then anyway, she says here, Kalel and her daughter are already old. No, I mean, they're not young anymore. They're like Kalel here is 15. Her sister is a bit older, but they're not. I mean, they're not 12 or 10 or 6 or 5. So she leaves them at a point in their lives when she thinks they can handle the real world already. But the reality is, kids need their parents even more when they reach their teenage years, because that's when their body changes. That's when, you know, all these hormones are coming out. And for Kalel, he's processing everything he's feeling. He wants to know if he's gay. Eventually, because he needs money, it's only implied in the movie. There's a scene where he meets a gay person, and we deduce from that he was paid, no, for that um, he was paid by that gay person, and that's how he earns money. Because the truth is, at 15, what can you sell? No, at 15, uh, Yeah, it's despicable to say it, but for Kalel, the only thing he can sell is his body, because he's not even hasn't even finished school yet. There are also scenes here where there are just these guys, these young kids, these 15-year-old kids. They were taking drugs, and it's very psychedelic, but it's very harsh. No, the movie's in black and white, um, and it's fitting that it's in black and white because I think it would hide the grime, no, that you see in the movie. The grime is not only what you see in the movie, but also what's in the souls of these people. There's so much grime in them, and it's very enlightening to see Kalel trying his best to be on top of the situation. But at 15, you can only do so much without any support from from an adult. These are the cards Kalel's character is dealt with, and he tries his best to find a solution or find the best way to live his life without the support of the people who are supposed to help him. No? His parents, his father, his mother, and then his older sister. The cast here is fantastic. No? Jacqueline Jose, Eddie Garcia, they're both fantastic. The girl, I think, there are two great female actors also here. Elora Espano, no? That's her sister. Oh my god, she's such a loony, no? So there's a scene here where where she gets on with her boyfriend, played by Cedric Juan, who's also very good in the movie. And then they're drug addicts, and they when you take drugs, you destroy your life. Because you spend. You have to spend money. So the money that's supposed to be for the education of Elijah's character Kalel, and for their daily upkeep, now goes to the drugs. So there's a scene there where it's so sad to watch, but again, it's realistic. I'm sure it happens because we had this drug war, so-called drug war in our country, but it was more of killing the drug addicts than helping them. So in a way, it's mirrored in this story. Then there's this great scene of Gabi Padilla, who plays Sue. She seduces Kalel's character, and she fails because Kalel was taken aback, because Kalel knew something, and then because of that chance encounter, it plunges Sue's world into hell as well. So whatever Kalel touches, it turns into rust, it turns into dirt. So anyway, what I like about the movie is the way it looks very realistic. No? Hindi siya. Sometimes my problem with independent movies is like poverty porn. Here, no, it's like I'm a voyeur in this person's life. I've always thought I've already outgrown these types of movies, no? Because I grew up with, when I was younger, there were many great independent films, but this one also ranks with them. I'll be curious how the Urian would talk about this movie. So we'll see later on this year when they start voting for movies. But for me, it's so the best independent movies I've seen. I like the acting, I like the story, I like how it was presented. I like that it's in black and white. I like that Kalel here, although he looks very pathetic, I mean, you just want to reach out to him and help him. You see that sa tindig, sa tindig ni Elijah Canlas, you can see that he's not a weak character. Even if he's HIV positive, you can see in his demeanor that it's not the end of the world for him, and that he can fight this disease. As for the other characters are worthless, played by Jacqueline Jose, who plays Edith, the mother, and George, the priest, who is the father of Kalel. They show their own weaknesses. That in the face of temptation, they you know, they're easily demolished. You know, the characters have no gravitas, they have no foundation. So um, but in the hands of Eddie Garcia and Jacqueline Jose, um, the characters come out very, very interesting. um, I saw the movie in a cinema called Cinema Centenario. It's very near UP in Philcoa, and I before COVID, pre-COVID, I enjoy watching movies there. Although the cinema is small, that's where I saw Kalel 15, and I appreciate they showed the movie when it was taken out of the theaters. No, since I think it was Christmas or after Christmas, movies like Kalel would not survive the juggernaut of Hollywood. No? Because I think it's the season as well. It was a Christmas season, New Year's season. The movie is just so heavy and so sad that I don't think it would be something that moviegoers at that time would watch. But if you're a real cineast, if you're a cineast, you love films, I strongly suggest you watch this movie, Kalel 15. Um, it's not for entertainment, but it's for to allow you to examine your life as well, no? And examine how you can help other people who are in the same predicament as Kalel. No? I think us who live kind of in a gated world, we live in a gated world where we do not see people like Kalel or see people like Eddie Garcia's character or Jacqueline's character. It's important that films like these open up our minds, our senses to the stark realities outside our world. No? And if we do find a Kalel in our life, I hope we'll be brave enough to help them, no? In whatever way, so that they could improve their lives, no? And hopefully you meet them before they get HIV/AIDS. No? It's very important now that young people, whether be given the education to avoid this disease. So anyway, thank you for watching my movie review. Please add me in my social media. It's down there in my Instagram, my Facebook, and my Twitter. And please also follow me in my channel. I will be doing several other movie reviews. I prefer independent movies, and I prefer local films as well. So support local Filipino cinema. Thank you very much for your time, and take care, everyone.